Let's talk about a time the Merc with the mouth saved a life instead of taking one. So we see a woman standing on the ledge of a building when all of a sudden she hears a voice telling her, "Don't jump." Deadpool shows up and tells her, "Listen, not here. Parker Industries is right down the road, and that's the kind of address you fling yourself off of." While she can't believe that he's just openly making jokes, he tells her that a real hero would probably have something profound to say in a moment like this, but instead, she's stuck with him. Wade introduces himself, and she tells him don't pretend to care, and he says, "Well, I don't care yet, but you're making it really hard for me." But as the girl starts to cry again, Deadpool says, "Fine, let's make a deal. If you're bound and determined that this is your last night on Earth, what's something that you would want to do? Have you seen Hamilton yet?" And this gets a laugh out of her as she calls Wade a maniac. He says, "Don't worry about it, I know a guy that's got tickets." He just never said the guy was going to give him the tickets, but he reassures her that these are terrible people. After the show is over, they head out to their cab, and Deadpool asks her where to next. As she tells him Parker Industries observation deck, he can't believe that she's actually making a joke. It turns out that she wasn't, and he says, "Fine, are your problems something that could be resolved with punching?" And she says, "I know what you're gonna say, violence isn't the answer to everything." But the Merc with the mouth tells her that she's terrible at guessing what people are gonna say. Violence solves everything if you're really good at it. He shows her a special list that he keeps of the worst people worthy of a pro bono beating. As he gets into the taxi, he tells her, "Let's just make the rounds together." The first scumbag that they visit was a dude who was stealing electronics from the elderly people in his neighborhood in order to supply his drug habit. But Danielle's heart just didn't seem to be in it yet. And as they head outside, Wade tells her that he's got a really special one lined up next, one that she's not going to want to hold back on at all. It's a group of criminals who have been hacking into iCloud storage and uploading women's private pictures onto their illegal site. Now when they bust down the door, the guys say that they're not going to jail, and Deadpool tells them, "I never said you were." And finally, after the fighting breaks out and the rubber meets the road, Danielle beats the hell out of these dudes with a baseball bat. But even after they've all went down, she starts smashing the computers, the hard drives, everything in the room until she is sweaty and out of breath. But as fun as their evening was together, Deadpool informs her that this is where they part ways as he pulls up to the hospital. He tells her that he's been texting the staff and that they're expecting her, and she's pissed off, saying that "You promised you would let me go." What if she doesn't want to go inside? Is he really going to force her to? And Deadpool tells her no, and I don't think I'll have to because I think you want to walk in. He says, "Listen, you're not crazy, you just need a little help, and I am not the guy to help you." The two get off the motorcycle and he walks her inside. And as she's checked herself in to get the care that she needs, Deadpool realizes how much harder it is unkilling somebody than what he normally does. Now, of course, after she's already gone and he's walking out and away from her, he finally thinks of some perfect advice. You gotta remember, no matter how bad things get, that life is fluid. There's always the chance that something great is waiting for you just around the next corner. You just have to find a way to keep rounding the corners.